Okay, this is the second worksheet for the Friday session. So for this, you're going to find your slope in your y-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. And then your slope is m. So you're going to find it using tables. And using tables, you're going to find your change in y over your change in x. Okay. So this is to find your slope. So this is your m. So I like to just make a connection between each one. Okay, so to get from 13 to 17, I am adding 4. To get from 17 to 21, I'm also adding 4. To get from 21 to 25, adding 4, and 25 to 29, adding 4. Over here, 5 to 7 is plus 2, 7 to 9 plus 2, 9 to 11 plus 2, and 13 to 11 plus 2. And if you need your calculator, that is like completely fine. Just go like 29 minus 25, get that change. 25 minus 21, get that change. So work your way up. Okay, so it's my change in y, which is 4, over my change in x, which is 2. And that gives me 2. That simplifies down to 2. So that will be my m. Now, to find your b, this one does not give you your x-intercept. Like this one down here, it gives you your, or not your x-intercept, your y-intercept. So this one gives you your y-intercept, and like it right here, this one gives you your y-intercept. So if it doesn't give you your y-intercept, you can count backwards. I know Miss G showed you like you can subtract 2 and find it that way. What I like to do is you have y equals mx plus b. You already found your m, so you don't need to worry about that. You're trying to find your b, and you have an x and a y. So just plug in an x and y because it gives you multiple x's and y's to choose from, but it has to be the same one that corresponds. So it either has to be 5 and 13, or 7 and 17, or 9 and 21, 11, 25, or 13, 29. I'm just going to use the 5 and the 13. So the 5 is your x and the y is your 13 because it's just an ordered pair. That's what these are. So my y is 13, my m is 2, my x is 5, and then I'm trying to find my b. So I'm going to isolate my b. I'm going to get everything away from it. So 13 equals 10 plus b. Then I'm going to subtract 10 from 13, and that gives me 3 equals b. So your b is 3. So your overall equation is going to be y equals 2x plus 3. And if you want to make sure, you know, doing it on your test or your homework or anything, and you just want to make sure you get it right so you don't, you know, miss any points, just plug what you get, your overall equation, into your calculator and go to second graph and pull up your table and just see if it matches these right here. Just see if it matches. Okay, so for the next one, gonna find your change in y. So negative 12 to negative 6, that's plus 6. Negative 6 to 0, that's plus 6. And 0 to 6 is plus 6. Negative 4 to 2 is plus 2. Negative 2 to 0 is plus 2. And 0 to 2 is plus 2. So my change in y is 6. My change in x is 2. So my slope is going to be 3. Well, on this one, it gives you your y-intercept, where x is 0. So you don't have to worry about plugging anything in. So your slope is 3, that's your m, and then your b is 0. So then you just plug everything in to get y equals 3x plus 0. Well, you don't, now since you have that, you don't have to add the 0 because 0 is not going to do anything. Like if I have 3 people here and I invite 0 people over, I still have 3 people. You know, so it's still going to be the same thing if you write y equals 3x. Okay, so same thing, we're just gonna find our change in y over our change in x. So that's plus 3, plus 3, plus 3, plus 3, and plus 3. Now you go from -1 to -3, your number is getting smaller, not bigger, so it's subtracting. So -2, -2, -2, -2, -2. So you have 3 over -2. So that's what your m is going to be. Now it does not give you a b, so you're going to have to plug stuff in. So I'm going to pick -1 and 13. So y equals mx plus b. My y is 13. Sometimes I like to write it out and label. So y is 13. My m is -3 over 2. My x is -1. And then I'm trying to find my b. So you'll get 13 equals 3 over 2 plus b. Then you subtract 3 over 2 from each side. So that will give you 13 minus 3 over 2. And you should get 11.5. So your overall equation will be y equals -3 over 2 x plus 11.5. Now, even though right here I got a positive 3 over 2, that's not going to be, you're not going to put that here. You're still going to have your original m. This is just to find your b, which we got 11.5. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this because it gives us our y-intercept. It gives us our y-intercept here. Let me go back. That's weird, but anyways. Okay, so 8 to 10, that's plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. Always make sure, because it could always change. So make sure it's always being plus 2. Okay, now -3, -2, that is plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. Sorry, my writing's awful, but anyways. So your slope is going to be 2 over 1, which is 2. Simplifies down to 2. And it gives you your b, which is 14. So that's y equals 2x plus 14. It's always easier whenever they give you your y-intercept. So same thing here, do the same thing we've been doing. Do your change in y over change in x. So -2 to 0, that's plus 2, plus 2, 2 to 4, plus 2, 4 to 6, plus 2, 6 to 8, plus 2, 8 to 10, plus 2, and 10 to 12, plus 2. -3 to -2, that's plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, and plus 1. So change in y over change in x, that'll give you 2, which is your slope, and then it gives you your b, which is 4. So your y equals 2x plus 4. And that is that equation. Now we're going to go back down to, now we have 3 more. So this one does not give you your y-intercept, so you're going to have to plug things in or count backwards, either one. Whichever one works better for you, you can do that. So 4 to 1, that is getting smaller, so it's -3. 1 to -2, that's -3. -2 to -8, That's minus 6. So like I said, you always want to count because it could be different. So 3 to 2, that is minus 1. 2 to 1, that's minus 1. And 1 to negative 1, that's negative 2. So now, if they're any different, you can just check each one. So negative 3 over negative 1 equals 3. So that's your change for this one. Your overall change is 3. Okay. Negative 3 to negative 1, same as the first one, so it's 3. And then we have negative 6 and negative 2. If you put that into your calculator, you will also get 3. So this, since that is 3, it makes it linear, which is what all of these are. So your slope is now 3, now that we found all that out. And we have to plug in because it does not give us our b. So y equals mx plus b. I'm gonna do 3 and 4. You can do whichever one you want. If you want to do 2 and 1, 1 and negative 2, negative 1 and negative 8. I'm just gonna do 3 and 4. So we have 3 and 4, that's my x and that's my y. So 4 equals, and then put our m in, which is 3. Our x is also 3, and then plus b. So that's 4 equals 9 plus b, and then you're going to subtract 9, and that gives you negative 5, which is your b. So your overall equation will be y equals 3x minus 5. So on these two, they give you your y-intercept, which is great. Greatly appreciated. So I always like to circle or highlight or do something that shows me that I have my y-intercept there. So let's do this. So negative 22 tenths plus 12. Negative 10 2 plus 12 and 2 to 14 plus 12. Now negative 6 to negative 3 is plus 3. Negative 3 zeros plus 3. 0 3 is plus 3. So that's 12 over 3, which simplifies down to 4. So your m is 4 and your b is 2. So that's y equals 4x plus 2. Now for this one, the last one for this one, it's negative 30 to negative 21, which is plus 9, and plus 9. This is plus 3, plus 3, plus 3. So that's 9 over 3, which gives us 3. So my m is 3 and my b is negative 12. So it's y equals 3x minus 12. And that is that one.